about what happened last night?
Desmond Johnson Jr. is held without bond on charges he killed his former girlfriend, April Torres, Sunday night.
This morning, Mr. Johnson had his first appearance in Craven County District Court.
The Havelock Police Department responded to a call on Scotch Pine Court. When they arrived, they found April Torres. She had been beaten in the head and face and was unconscious.
This was brutal. This is just absolutely brutal.
Rebecca Hagee's son was dating Torres and told his mother they were out for dinner when they realized Johnson and a friend were following them, so they raced to her home for help.
She was dragged out of our house into our garage where she was beaten. Her face was beaten pretty bad.
Witnesses say it happened within minutes, and Johnson and that friend drove away.
We received information that he was staying at an apartment on Shipman Road. We responded to that apartment, and he exited the apartment through a window.
The Havelock Police Department said they pursued Johnson from a housing complex right behind me. And then he jumped this fence right here and was finally caught up with on the Havelock's high school football field.
We're still piecing together bits and pieces of information as we receive them.
Hagee says her 11-year-old son and Torres' 10-year-old son were inside the house at the time of the beating. Now, Torres' 5-year-old son was in Florida with his father.
Her laugh, her beautiful laugh, her smile, and the way she just, her personality. Beautiful, beautiful young lady.
For News Channel 12, I'm Tom Rodgers.
Officers say it was a dispute between neighbors gone bad.
One man is shot dead, the other charged with murder. Good evening, I'm Jamie Turner.
And I'm Wes Goforth, and those differences might have been settled in court later this week. Instead, News Channel 12's Tom Rodgers reports on today's violence that turned it all into tragedy.
I live on this dirt road out here where Luther's been shot today. He is one of the finest elderly men you could ever know.
Tim Price was talking about Luther Keening. Investigators have charged Keening's neighbor, William Littleton, with murder. They say Littleton shot Keening in a dispute Monday afternoon, but Littleton's son says his father was provoked.
The man tried to run Daddy over with a tractor.
What was the next thing after he shot him?
He got on the phone with the law and put his gun in the house and told him that he shot the man.
4 people were actually out there. Luther, yourself, your father, and your
and
brother.
The baby. Yep.
And the 2-year-old. Is he a violent guy? I mean, he's just...
Not really. He's not. He's really a good guy, you know, but you can just push somebody so far, you know, before they blow, really.
It's a feud between neighbors that started about 2.5 years ago, ending today with one neighbor shooting and killing another man over whether this water right here can flow onto the properties back there.
What led up to it is we've been in and out of court for over 1.5 years, going on 2 years.
The feud was scheduled to be heard again in Onslow Civil Court this week, but now that has been postponed. Neighbors say Luther Keening was to appear in court as a witness for those who want the ditch to continue down the road. In Onslow County, Tom Rodgers, News Channel 12.
The sheriff's office arrested William Littleton in October on
Pilot Gene Soucy.
S-O-U-C-Y. It's a French word for trouble. Really? Yeah.
Wanted to change his act after performing the same routine for 20 years.
Wing walking. You know, every air show traditionally has had an old biplane barnstormer.
So he bought a crop duster and converted it for wing walking.
Only one in the world like this. Yeah.
The only problem was finding someone to do the wing walking.
It's pretty funny. No, he'll get mad if I tell.
Oh, come on now, yeah. Then he met Teresa Stokes at an air show in Reno 20 years ago.
One of his buddies that he liked me, so his buddy came and asked me out for him. It was so cute. I loved it.
And while she enjoys flying, an avid pilot herself, wing walking is just one of her hobbies.
Classic cars, I have 4 of them and that I like to maintain and drive. And I have a boat. I lived on the boat for 18 years. I'm also into steam trains. Plus, I'm working on a couple inventions right now. So, and but I forgot to mention that mainly I'm an artist. That's my main occupation that I'll probably do forever, and I've done.
Besides their active lives and entertaining thousands each weekend, there is something else this duo shares that sets them apart.
When I heard about his kidney disease, I said, "Well, if you ever need a kidney, you got one."
And 6 years ago, he did.
He says he feels like he's 25 years old. To me, that's the biggest gift in the world. So
a gift which allows him to continue to do what he loves best. From high above Cherry Point Air Station, Tom Rodgers, News Channel 12.
initially he said his son and his grandson were here also. I said, oh no, and I knew his grandson's like 2 years old. And I said, nah, this is bad. And I started hollering for Marilyn, hollering for Jonathan. And
in his robe and slippers, Kurt Jernigan grabbed a flashlight and headed out the door to help his neighbor.
I remember coming to the door and I seen the blood on him. I was like, oh no, I didn't think about it. It had just missed me and it had to get him. And
the power was out. It was still raining and he had no idea where to begin. He just kept yelling, but he didn't hear any reply. A short time later, EMS arrived to help with the search.
And then they confirmed her, found her and confirmed her being, dead or whatever.
Kurt brought us into his bedroom to show us just how dangerous the situation was.
Oh, well, look up here. That's a piece of glass there.
Kurt wanted to tell everyone about his ordeal, so they will do whatever it takes to prepare for a tornado.
It's all going to work out. We're going to be all right. We'll get through it.
For Fox Eastern Carolina News, I'm Tom Rodgers. Time when William McKinley became president. Houses sold for $5,000 and just 3 cents got you a loaf of bread. The year 1896 played an important role for not only the buildings here in the city of New Bern, but also for one of its residents. Mrs. Melinda Harris celebrated her 112th birthday Saturday.
Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me.
Staff members from the Good Shepherd Home for the Aged say Miss Melinda credits her long life to her strong faith in the Lord, eating collard greens, cornbread, and fried chicken as much as she's allowed. And one other thing, Miss Melinda doesn't use any medication. Her last birthday celebration received some statewide recognition.
Recognitions from Speaker Pro Tem William Wainwright of North Carolina General Assembly, also from Mayor Bayless of New Bern, from the state of North Carolina, Mike Easley.
And the staff is even researching to see not only if she is the oldest living person in our state, but if she holds the title for the entire country. Of course, there's another thing Miss Melinda contributes to her long life.
I'm going to take a nap.
In New Bern, for News Channel 12, I'm Tom Rodgers.
Trooper Castro, North Carolina Highway Patrol. Do you know why I stopped you?
Yeah, I was going a little fast, officer.
Yes, sir. See your driver's license and registration.
Now, while drivers are worried about if we're going to get a ticket or hopefully get off with a warning, troopers have a whole lot more on their mind.
Trooper Castro, North Carolina Highway Patrol. You know why I stopped you?
Every time a law enforcement agent approaches a car, they focus on the people who are in it, but they also need to pay attention to what other drivers are doing.
See, like, they're right there, that's perfect. They had the opportunity to get over right there.
Every year, troopers and service members are struck and killed or seriously injured by passing cars, especially on busy holiday weekends. By law, you have to move over or slow down for an officer on the side of the road. Many drivers do not realize just how serious the fines are.
What I charge you with is failing to move over, okay? Your court date's going to be January 6, 2009 at 9 o'clock in Kinston.
This driver was just told she will need to pay $371 for not getting over or slowing down, a $250 fine for not moving over, and $121 in court costs.
I ain't never had no ticket for nothing. I'm sorry, I didn't.
We're not going to write you a ticket if you slow down, and you're trying to slow down and try not to hurt anybody. We're not going to cause we're not going to write you a ticket for that.
We caught up with one driver who did just that. You pulled over for a reason. Can you tell me why you pulled over?
One, for precaution, because I know that it's the law now, and it's for safety reasons.
The best thing to do anytime you see blue lights is just to slow down.
Tom Rodgers, News Channel 12.